What's going on, guys? Welcome to my Avengers Infinity War review. So, how the review is going to work is I'm going to break it down. So, about 5 minutes of non-spoiler, and then about maybe like 15 to 20 minutes of, spoiler. Because this is the type of movie that requires me to have to get into detail involving spoilers. And a lot of people will probably tell you about that. So you'll probably realize that with a lot of people's reviews is that they're not as long if they're non-spoiler, because you can't really go without spoiling anything without actually talking about the movie. So here we go. Let's get into this. So my non-spoiler review. So let's talk about the story and the plot. So, of course, the story is Thanos. Oh, by the way, look at this shirt. Come and get me. I love it. My mom bought me this before the movie. It was awesome. I love it. Thank you, Mom. Back to the story and the plot. So yes, we know the story. Thanos is trying to get the Infinity Stones, and it was pretty exciting to watch this movie, because this is probably the most action-packed Marvel superhero movie ever. Like, it's like 5 to 10 minutes of talking, and then like 20 to 30 minutes, I shit you not, of fighting. Like, boom, boom, boom. Like, it doesn't slow down. Like, the action never really stops. And I gotta admit, it was really exhausting coming out of the theater. Like, I remember I came home, I was gonna do this review yesterday, and I thought to myself, oh man, I'm too tired to review this. I felt like I just was in that war with all the superheroes. It was really exhilarating and really exhausting afterwards, because there was a lot going on in this movie than a lot of other movies. Because in those movies, in the older ones, they're a little bit more paced, whereas this one is kind of fast-paced. So you're going to feel maybe a little exhausted at the end, because that's how I felt anyway. So my thoughts on this movie. Well, I gotta be honest with you, I actually really like this movie. I'm surprised I actually did. And yes, there are characters who I do not like, and then there are characters who I do like. And again, overall, it was really good. I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to spoil anything. So, my thoughts on this movie, really good. I recommend you see this movie, which is very, from me, that means you probably should see the movie, because it's not every day that Marvel impressed me. Because I told you guys, ever since Spider-Man Homecoming, I said it's going to take a lot to impress me. Thor Ragnarok came out, I said that was good. And then this comes out, and you have my attention, Marvel. You have my attention. Honestly, I don't know, this is not going to be my last Marvel movie, because I think maybe Avengers 4 will probably be my last Marvel movie, because, like I said, I'm kind of getting tired of Marvel, but at the same time, I think this movie kind of shows me that, hey, they can do stuff differently, hey, they can mix it up a bit, they can actually take risks, they can actually try to surprise you, and they do those things, and I think they do them well, especially with their CGI. Their CGI looks great. I was actually surprised. There was a lot of Thanos in here. Like, you will be surprised by watching this movie. You will be surprised about how much Thanos is in this movie. I thought to myself, wow, he is actually like a big part of this movie. Like, he is almost the star of the movie. He is like front line and center pretty much the whole time, especially the first opening of the movie. Like, he's there. So again, it's really focused around Thanos getting these Infinity Stones, and of course the superheroes too. But I feel like, again, this is more of Thanos' movie, weirdly enough, if that's the best thing to say. But more on that when we get to spoilers. Some thoughts on some characters before I leave. My favorite character had to be, hands down, Thor and Star-Lord. Those two characters, they were the best in this movie. And Drax, too. Drax was hilarious. I thought that those three were like the best characters in the movie. Iron Man felt like a mixture of how he started in the MCU before, and then and then he eventually got back to the one I don't really like, where he's, you know, he's making mistakes and he's not really taking responsibility for them, and, you know, it's a mixture of those two. Spider-Man, I'm not going to say anything about Spider-Man until we get to spoilers, actually. Sorry. There's so many characters to talk about, which is why I want to wait till we get to the spoiler section. It's been like 5 minutes, so what else can I say about the movie before I go to spoilers? So yes, my favorite characters, Thor, Star-Lord, those two were the best. I think Thor maybe was my favorite in the movie above all. He really, he's been doing good ever since Thor Ragnarok. I'm really glad Chris Hemsworth wants to stay around in the MCU, because it's really cool when he is being all funny and cool, and it makes sense because he's been around the Avengers and Earth, and he kind of knows how people talk here on Earth. So it's like, okay, I can buy it, you know. So I'm okay with that. I like that. And they did something with Thor in this movie that actually surprised me, which I will talk about in the spoiler section. So I guess there's not a lot for me to talk about. So I guess we'll get to my rating real quick. So I'm going to give this movie, and I know some of you guys might actually look at me and be like, why? But I have to probably explain it a little bit more in the spoiler section. So if you guys saw the movie, stick around. If, you know, you don't care, then stick around. If, you know, whatever. I don't care what you do. It's on you. I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. Now, the reasons why I'm giving this a 7 out of 10, I know you guys are like, what? Here's why. Because I thought it was a little too fast-paced. I thought that there were moments in the film where I expected something to happen, and it didn't happen. And they did some things in this movie that kind of made you think to yourself, what's the best word I can use here? Like, no way that's not, there's no way that's, you know, like no way. Like, there are things in this movie that, again, that I just, spoiler, we'll get to spoilers. So 7 out of 10, good movie, not the best movie. I don't think this is the best Marvel movie. I think that this is a good start to a different way of doing Marvel movies, but I don't think that this is the best one. Some people might disagree. Some people might say this is the best Marvel movie or whatever, but it's a good movie, but it's not as good for me as, like, for example, the first Avengers movie. But that's just me, because I just, you know, that whole idea, I love that concept a lot more than what they've been doing lately. But I still enjoy this movie nevertheless. So 7 out of 10. I honestly, but when I first came out of the theater, I said to myself, this is easy and not a 9 or an 8. But then I thought about it more, and then there were things in it that I thought, no, it doesn't deserve it from me. From me, it doesn't. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. We're going to go to spoilers now, so you don't want to get spoiled. Leave. Last chance, last warning, all right? So, here we go. Spoiler time. So, Thanos wins. He fucking wins, okay? He wins. He wins at the end. Like, he gets all the stones. And he wins. He does what he said he's gonna do. A lot of people died in this movie, too. Like, a lot of people. Like, we're talking, like, 14 superheroes died in this movie. A lot of people, I remember I was in the theater. I was sitting there in the theater, and when Black Panther died, people were like, what? Like, I literally heard people like, what? Like, no way. Like people were surprised. Spider-Man, I think a kid cried. Like, actually, let me wait on Spider-Man, okay? Let me wait on Spider-Man, because I actually have a lot to say about that. So, who dies in this movie? Who are the characters that die in this movie? Let me give you a count. So, 14. I'm pretty sure it's 14. Now, I could be wrong. There could be more. I don't know. So we got Heimdall. So I will go with the official deaths, and then we will go into the presumed dead ones. So there are 4 confirmed deaths, meaning they're not coming back. They're not coming back. Heimdall, Loki, Gamora, and Vision. Yes, those are the 4 characters. Heimdall, I saw coming. I was like, all of Asgard's basically dead in the beginning of the movie. Okay, he's gonna die. Okay, I wasn't surprised. The way he went out was pretty fucking heroic, I will say, but still, that kind of sucks. At least he got a heroic ending. Loki, I was like, about damn time. About damn time this little snake got what was coming to him. I will say, I feel like his character was a little bit misplaced. I understand that him and Thor have this weird relationship where he loves Thor, but at the same time he hates Thor. So it's kind of this weird thing, because when his last moments, he was like, I'm Loki of Asgard, the god of mischief, blah, 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 blah. And I thought to myself, really? Of Asgard? Odin's son? Like, he said that. He said Odin's son. I'm like, really? That does not sound like you at all. Like, it just didn't work for his character. And for him to grow a fucking spine and try to stab Thanos right in the neck. Right in front of his face. Not behind him. Not on the side. Standing in front of him, surrounded by the Black Hand. I thought to myself, or the Black Order. I don't know. I don't really remember the team name of those children of Thanos. And Thanos grabs him, snaps his neck. I'm like, about damn time. About damn time. Because this little snake had it coming. But Gamora. Gamora was one that actually hit me and kind of hit my little sister a little hard. Because, you know, we love Guardians of the Galaxy. I love Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. I was a little harsh on Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I think I should have brought that grade a little higher up. I was a little harsh on that one. But that was because of Spider-Man Homecoming. But that movie is really good. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Just so that I'm clear. But Gamora, the way she dies, you know, it's really sad, actually. It's probably actually the saddest death, I feel like. Because she can't do anything. Thanos is just kind of grabbing her by the hand like a 5-year-old and throws her off. And it's like, wow, I really can't believe that they just killed her like that. Part of me wants to believe that maybe with the Time Stone or something, and the Soul Gem, she'll come back or something. But I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty dead to me. But yeah, she's dead. That's sad, man. I'm upset about that death. That bothered me actually a little bit. Vision. Now Vision, we saw this coming. I actually thought he was gonna die sooner, but he actually died later in the movie, which was actually very surprising to me. I did not expect Vision to just to die at the ending. I actually expected him to die in like the middle of the movie, and I was wrong. And the way he dies twice. This fucking guy dies twice. He dies from Scarlet Witch, and then he dies from Thanos. Wow, this guy can't catch a break. This guy probably got pummeled the most. He got stabbed, he got shot at, like, he got the blunt end of this movie, I feel like. They really went to town on Vision. Like, he really got fucked up. But yeah, man, that was pretty intense. Those are actually some intense scenes, because I was actually like, Vision, you better get out of there, man. They're gonna kill you. But yeah, that was pretty crazy when Thanos used the Time Stone, boosh, and he rips it out of his head. I'm like, wow, that sucks. He died twice? Wow, that's one hell of a way to go. So yes, and I know these are not superheroes, but I counted them anyway. The Black Hand or the Black Order, I don't remember which one it is. So they're basically the children of Thanos. They all die. I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised none of them lived. They all died. All of them. Except Thanos. And I gotta say, it's kind of crazy because I know that Thanos, I said Thanos wins, but at the same time, it's like the heroes did kind of kick some serious ass in this movie, and they beat all of the Black Hand members. And I gotta say, I'm actually very surprised. For example, when Bruce Banner was in the Hulkbuster, yes, Bruce Banner was in the Hulkbuster, because Hulk was a little bitch in this movie, he didn't need the Hulk. He took, with one hand, he hit the big guy into this force field or whatever it is, energy barrier of Wakanda, and he blows up. And it's like, wow, the Hulk didn't win. Bruce Banner won that fight. Holy crap. Like, that was pretty cool. I will say, that was pretty nice. I like that scene. What's her name? Proxy Midnight, I think that's what her name is. She had some weird vendetta with Black Widow, but then she got killed by what I call the most overpowered character in the MCU, Scarlet Witch, and threw her ass up into a grinder. It's like, wow, like she's just dead. I'm like, damn it. But yeah, that was just a few examples, but all of the Black Hand or Order members die in this movie. So you could argue that it's like a win and a loss in this movie for the heroes. But with these character deaths, pretty rough though. Alright, so let's move on to the non-confirmed deaths. So these deaths are the deaths that are presumed dead. And the reason I'm using quotations because a lot of these characters on the note, like when they faded away, I was like, no way. Like, they're not dead. They're not dead because it doesn't make sense. Like, I think what's going to happen is in Avengers 4, you know, it's going to be classic Avengers versus Thanos, and then they'll all come back. It may not all of them, but majority of them, because again, this is just like, no, you're not going to kill all of them. I know you're not going to. So, who are they? You got Mantis, which was kind of sad. Drax, Star-Lord, I was sad. I was like, no, not Star-Lord. Black Panther, again, people in my theater were like, what? But I was like, too bad. Scarlet Witch, I was like, no, not her. She died. Maria Hill and Nick Fury at the ending credit scene. Doctor Strange, Bucky, and Spider-Man. Yes, Spider-Man is fucking dead. I told you. I fucking told you. I fucking told you. I said, what did I say? I said, in my Homecoming Sucks videos, I said, Spider-Man's gonna die in Avengers. I said it, he's gonna die. He's gonna die in Avengers Infinity War. People were like, no, Mike, you're crazy. He's gonna live. You're full of shit. He's got another movie coming out. And you know what I have to say to that? Nothing. You want to know why? Because Marvel did it for me. Yep. Marvel killed him for me. Marvel killed him for me. I saw it coming. I saw it coming a mile away. You people were like, and I want you in the comments to say it. I want you to say, damn, Mike, you were right. Spider-Man did die. Like, that's what I want to see. Because I told you people. I told you he was going to die. I told you. And people said, bullshit, you're lying, Mike, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm not editing that out. I'm not, because fuck that thing hanging by me. Because this does put a smile on my face. I hope they remember you, Tom Holland. Because I sure as hell won't. I hate this guy. Honestly, okay. Let me bring it down. Let me calm down. Listen. I know some of you guys were kind of shocked and were kind of sad when he died. I even was talking to some people on Twitter and on my YouTube about it, and they were upset. They were upset that Spider-Man died. And some of those people were actually the people that agreed with me that Spider-Man Homecoming wasn't a great movie. And look, I'm not an asshole. Look, all I gotta say is, look, I'm sorry that he died. I am sorry. I actually did not see that coming. I actually did not expect him to die. I actually expected him to live. But I guess I was wrong. Now, I did talk a big game, and I did say that Spider-Man was going to die in this movie, but I didn't expect them to actually do it. So, to those people, I, want to give you an internet hug and let you know that I'm sorry that the MCU Spider-Man died. I'm sure he'll come back. I'm sure, like I said, Avengers 4, he'll probably come back along with a few other ones. Majority of them will come back. A few of them might not, but majority of them will come back. So don't be too upset about it. But that doesn't mean I gotta stop celebrating for 2 years, baby! Yeah! Hell yes! I gotta be an asshole about it, okay? I got to. Sorry, I got to. I told you. I fucking told you he was gonna die in this movie. Okay, well, now that we got the deaths out of the way, let's talk about the action in this a little bit more. Like I said, this was a very fast-paced. This was a fast-paced movie. There were 3 teams. There was Spider-Man, Iron Man, Star-Lord, Drax, Doctor Strange, and then you had another, and Mantis. And then you had another team back on Earth that was Captain America, Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Black Widow, Bucky, War Machine, Bruce Banner, I might be missing one, but that's a lot. And was there a third team? Oh yeah, and then you had another team which was Thor, Rocket Raccoon, and Little Baby Groot. And so what the Iron Man team, let's break it down like that. The Iron Man team went ahead and decided to go to Thanos' home planet to fight him there, which was, again, another Tony stupid mistake. Tony should have died in this movie. He should have died, but he lived. Thanos actually let him live. I was like, bullshit! Because a lot of people were speculating, oh, Iron Man was gonna die, but he didn't. I honestly was expecting him right there to die. I was like, he's gonna die right there. No, he spared him. Doctor Strange made that deal with him and he spared him. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Wow, I cannot fucking believe this. You kill Spider-Man, but you let Iron Man live. I can't. It's crazy to me. And then you had the other team, the Thor team, which Thor was making this new hammer, a Stormbreaker. And at first, it sounds dumb. To me, it sounds dumb. But actually seeing it, I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. It actually reminds me of the Unworthy Thor comics, except he doesn't have a robot arm. But I was like, damn, that's actually pretty fucking cool. And when Thor came down to Captain America's team to help out with the fight, and the Avengers theme plays, I was like, oh my god, it's the team. They're back together. He's got the hammer. People in my audience started clapping for Thor. I was like, damn, people care about Thor. They love Thor. And I did too. I clapped with them. I was like, he's a badass. He was like the best character in this movie. He even stabs Thanos after he kills Vision. I'm like, he's such a badass. And then Thanos is like, should have aimed for the head. And then he just snaps his fingers and kills half of the superheroes. Which is a little ironic how, like, oh, the classy Avengers are still alive. So, again, that's what the next one's probably going to be about. It's going to be about the classy Avengers versus Thanos. Probably with Captain Marvel. Because Captain Marvel has got her movie coming out. And then I think Avengers 4. So, yeah, there it is. And then the whole thing with the Captain America team was they were just, you know, kind of hiding out. That was the whole thing with them. So, let's talk about the Black Hand or the Black Order. I was actually surprised with these characters because they were actually probably just as scary, if not equally as scary as Thanos in this movie. They actually made me terrified because they were so persistent. They were so persistent in getting these crystals, in getting these Infinity Stones. They were so persistent in killing Vision for it. They were so persistent. Thanos was so persistent in getting the Soul Gem and killing Gamora in the process. Like, the amount of persistence for these stones from the Black Hand, Black Order, and Thanos is insane. These villains are actually pretty scary. That's why I'm a little disappointed that they died. And what the hell? Avengers kill people now? See, that's the thing. It's like, remember back in the day where DC killed aliens that were not human, but the Avengers let alien species live? Do you guys remember that? Because I sure do, because they just didn't care in this movie. Another thing is, I wish Captain America got his shield. I wish he got his shield. He didn't get his shield. I really wanted him to get his shield back. He said he got these weird, stupid arm shields, which is cool. But still, I preferred if he had his actual shield. He'll probably get it back from Iron Man when they come back together as a team, which will be cool. And maybe that movie will become my new favorite Avengers movie, because that sounds exciting to me in my head anyway. Another thing is let's talk about the Spider-Man death a little bit more. Again, when he was dying in Tony's arms, I was just like, now hurry up and die, you prick. Like, I just didn't care. I didn't care. I was like, just die already. But when everyone faded away, and when Star-Lord faded away, when Drax faded away, when Scarlet Witch faded away, and all those other characters, I thought to myself, I was right that Spider-Man was gonna die, but was it worth it? Was it worth all those other superheroes to die in the process? I was a little like, damn, I feel kind of bad, actually. So that's why I was, you know, I don't want to be a complete asshole and dance on his grave. But again, they'll probably, majority of them will come back in the next movie. This movie was freaking crazy. The action was actually crazy good. I was actually surprised on how much action was in this movie. Like, it's so much to talk about, so many things to talk about. And honestly, if you guys want me to talk about anything else, I'll probably talk about it in the comment section with you guys. Because I feel like this is the type of movie where you just need to talk about every little thing, because there's a lot to talk about in this movie. I feel like you can compile this and, like, you know, look at every little thing in this movie. And, you know, again, when they even had, like, loving relationships between Vision and Scarlet Witch, which I thought it was okay. And they had one, and of course they had it between Star-Lord and Gamora. That's why, you know, when Star-Lord was gonna beat the hell out of Thanos, I understood why he was not listening to Iron Man and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and all of them, because it's like, yeah, I get it. He's pissed. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, just kind of cool it real quick, Star-Lord. You're gonna fuck this up. And then he fucked it up, and Thanos got free, and yeah, that didn't go well. And again, I thought Iron Man was gonna die. I was like, come on, kill him already. And I don't know, this Thanos he's like, kill half. I'm like, why? Kill everybody. Maybe in the next Avengers movie he'll do that, but still, I'm like, I don't like that version of him. I kind of didn't like it. Actually. It was kind of a little weird, but again, this was all over the place. I know this was all over the place. I know there was so much to talk about in this movie. But I guess you guys are also probably here to know, why did I give it a 7 out of 10 then? If this movie was so epic and crazy and I actually was happy that Spider-Man died. Here's why I gave it a 7. I thought it was too fast-paced. I thought that the tone, which I forgot to mention in my non-spoiler review, I thought the tone was a little confusing. It was sad, and then it was goofy and funny. It went back and forth between those two emotions, and you didn't know how to feel, which is not a good thing when it involves cinematography and all that junk. So that was a little like, okay, I don't know how to feel right now in this moment. It was a little too fast-paced, and there weren't enough moments in this movie to actually feel some grief. Of course, at the end you do when everyone else dies, but I still feel like, for example, like Loki or Gamora or a lot of those other deaths, it was like, I need more time to kind of feel it. I need more time to feel it. And I did. When I walked out of the theater, I was like, damn, a lot of people just died. The death count was really fucking high in this movie, which I was surprised. Disney actually had the balls, which I am happy about. But at the same time, they don't. They don't. At the same time, they don't. Here's why. Because the ones that faded away, like Black Panther and Spider-Man, I was like, no, it's too on the nose. It's too on the nose. They're gonna come back. They're going to come back. And I know it. I know they're gonna come back. It's not a surprise to me. So when they do come back in Avengers 4, it will not be a surprise for me. It will not be a clapping moment. It will be like, saw that coming. I feel like Avengers 4 is now highly predictable. And I also feel like that this movie made me feel like they were also holding back on me a lot. They had so much good action in this movie, and there were a lot of other movies like Spider-Man Homecoming, or a lot of other movies like that where it's like, where was all the action? Where was all the action? Sorry for the weird cut. My focus was out of focus. But yeah, guys, that's why I gave it a 7 out of 10. There are some problems with this movie for me, and I think that tells you a lot. And I think you can see the fading away characters, the presumed dead characters, and immediately see that you know what the next one's going to be. You know what it's going to be about. You see it coming a mile away. That's why with like the Spider-Man death, guys, I know my stuff. Just trust me. You know, like, I know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, people actually said that I was wrong, that he wasn't going to die in Infinity War. I'm like, yeah, he is, and it happened, and people were shocked, and I wasn't shocked. I was like, so I told you. At the same time, I was a little shocked that I was right, but I was not shocked that it actually happened. But anyway, guys, that's it. That's my Avengers Infinity War review. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this was all over the place. I feel like this movie was all over the place. But hopefully the next one is amazing. Hopefully it's actually better than what this one was. Hopefully it can live up to it, because this one was pretty big. So maybe we'll see. We'll see in the next one. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. And I'm out of here. Up, up, and away. See you guys.